Joining us now from our studios at NBC in Windhoek is Obeth Kandjoze, Exploration and Production Manager at Namcor. Thank you very much for joining us today, Obeth. Firstly, let's just get an idea of the type of exposure or shareholding that Namcor has in the current exploration blocks in the country. Can you give us an idea?
Yeah. Please repeat the question. There was something else happening at the same time?
No, it's fine. It seems that we're competing there for your attention there, Obeth. Just give us an idea of the shareholding that Namcor has in exploration blocks right now in Namibia.
Well, right now Namcor is participating in about 30 licenses. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Continue.
It's about 30 licenses out of the 40. So in other words, that ratio is about 70–80%.
And typically, I mean, what type of percentage do you have in these exploration blocks in terms of shareholding?
Well, the percentages ranges from about 10%, some others, and that's in the few numbers, it's about 5%. And then the highest that we have is about 15%. All of that is on a carried interest basis.
Yeah.
Nothing is working interest except for the Kudu project alone.
Now, of course, you've mentioned at the conference yesterday that legislation is a factor that's holding Namcor back specifically and could, impede on government's revenues from the sector. Tell us a little bit about the issues and the concerns that you have around legislation right now.
Yeah, the first concern is this is a piece of legislation that is 20 years old. In the prescription of that legislation it doesn't talk about the quota that Namcor actually should be entitled to, like it is in all cases. It is up to the investor company to just take up Namcor, and we negotiate on a consensus basis. But what that does, it leaves Namcor exposed to when a company desires to have you on or not. So I think that's the second concern. The third concern is the rest of the industry, it doesn't matter where you go. Perhaps in other mature oil and gas provinces, it's not applicable. But issues of signature bonuses and prescribed sort of quotas in terms of you must set a limit as a government. So those do not give Namcor the leverage to negotiate as a national oil company. Now, I must be sensitive here not to advocate nationalization and all that. No, it's none of that. But at least this is a growing sector in this country. It needs the very basis in law to start off from. We are not funded by government in the sense that we participate meaningfully in a working interest basis. So the concerns are real. From the government point of view, the rates set for license fees and so on, they are 20 years old. So in terms of time value of money, when you pay 60 NAM per square kilometer of acreage, it's not the same value 20 years ago than now. So I think there's a whole lot whole lot of loopholes that needs to actually be ironed out for the current conditions as advanced 20 years on to be reflected in the law.
Yeah, Obeth, thank you very much for joining us today. Unfortunately, we're going to have to end it there, but you're really raising some very important points as the oil and gas sector takes off in Namibia. Obeth Kandjoze, Exploration and Production Manager, joining us from our Windhoek studios. Of course, he's from Namcor.